Hello everybody, welcome back to Jared Opens a Box here on Jared Takes the L, and I have another fantastic video for you guys here today. Now if you remember back in May, I think it was May, yes it was. If you remember back in May, we did do a video on some Sonic the Hedgehog Funko Pops. We did Amy, Metal Sonic, and Dr. Eggman. At the end of that video, I did say that there were some exclusives that were going to be making their way onto Jared Opens a Box here shortly. And here we are. It's finally time to take a look at those exclusives. There are 4 things over here, 2 of which are 2-packs. So technically, we're going to be taking a look at 6 pops today. And they are all really, really cool. I'm really excited. We have a couple of characters, that we've seen before, and a couple that are completely new here on Jared Opens a Box. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. There's not much other introductions that really need to be done here. I'm just adjusting the camera a little bit there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our very first one. We have seen this version of Sonic quite a few times here on Jared Opens a Box before, but this is yet another version. I guess Funko really likes making these. But we have, of course, Super Sonic, once again making an appearance here on Jared Opens a Box. And this one is, of course, a AAA Anime exclusive. I don't believe we've ever had a AAA Anime exclusive here on the channel. If we have, it's been a very long time. This is Pop Games number 923. The box, again, they're basing it off of the, the Green Hill Zone stuff in the background. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. That's Funko's motto, it seems. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this one up. Now, we have done Supersonic Pops before. We actually just did the Supersonic Funko Pop pin earlier this year. But we also have done Supersonic in his first appearance, like the classic Supersonic, back in, that would have been 2020, the San Diego Comic-Con 2022, I believe. So probably like in December of 22. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. And it looks like mine is a little, the feet are a little banged up on this one. So he's not going to really be able to stand there. I don't know what exactly happened there. It almost looks like they put the legs on the wrong way, but there is there's no way that's going to stand. So I don't exactly know what happened there. That might just be an error on this figure. Hopefully, if you get this one, you won't have that problem. But this one looks really cool. Again, it is Supersonic. They've made plenty of them before. That's why I put this one first, because it is kind of the only one that doesn't have anything too crazy going on for it. However, it did have a chase, a diamond exclusive, a diamond chase, which I thought was really cool. I didn't get that, obviously, but it is still available. The pop is still available, so you can go ahead and give it a shot. Maybe you guys will have better luck with chases, because we've had absolutely zero luck with them at all. But yeah, this is Supersonic. They really got the yellow down, everything there. Of course, Sonic's spikes do point up when he's in his super form, so Funko was able to capture that pretty well. Again, the figure looks really, really good. I just wish the legs weren't the way that they were, because that kind of, the pop's not ruined per se, but it's going to be kind of difficult to get it to even stand up. Yeah, it's almost impossible. You have to kind of lean it up against something, but, it is what it is. Not every pop's going to come in, perfect and awesome like that. All right, so our next one, I guess we're going to move on to the first of the 2 packs. This one is one I actually just got for my birthday this past week, this past Wednesday, so it's very, very, very new to me, so it's kind of funny that I'm already reviewing it. But yeah, we have the GameStop exclusive Knuckles and Rouge 2-pack. So Rouge this is her first appearance in the Sonic the Hedgehog Funko Pop line. Knuckles, we've seen him before. He was in the TargetCon 2022 video. He was flocked in that one, not flocked in this one. Also saw him in that same Funko Pop pin video from earlier this year that Supersonic was in. Box is pretty much the same. Again, same background and everything. Let's go ahead and open this one up, since we have 2 to look at in this one. So, and Rouge did have a base, of course. It dropped down there. I'll have to get it later. But here is Knuckles. We'll go ahead and start with this one, since, again, we have already seen Knuckles before. But he's been rising in popularity recently, so it's not surprising to see Funko keep creating more and more. This one's really cool. It actually has him in a dynamic pose. He's got, of course, his fist on the ground, the other one kind of on his knee there. So that's really cool. I like the pose that they have him in. The rest of the figure, again, pretty similar to the TargetCon one that we saw just a couple of years ago. It looks really cool. I like it. They got the shoes perfect as well. They even gave him the little white mark on his chest there. So you gotta love it. And of course, they got the Knuckles, 4 Knuckles. They look really good as well. So another Knuckles to the collection. It's kind of funny because just a few years ago, I had absolutely 0 Knuckles Funko Pops. The only one you could get was back in like 2014, and it was going for like $300. But not anymore. I don't have to worry about that anymore. These ones arguably look much better than those classic ones anyways. But there's Knuckles. I really like that one. Of course, he does stand on his own. And yeah, here is Rouge. Like I said, first time in the Funko Pop lineup for her. This is a really cool pop, actually. Really like the details that they went with on this one. They got the face down and everything, even gave her the eyelids and the eyelashes, everything like that. Of course, Rouge is a bat, so they do have the bat wings on the back as well. They also got her outfit down completely, even have the heart and everything in the center. I think they did fantastic. This might be one of the better Sonic Pops they've made. They really they really nailed everything down with this one. And it's good to see that we're getting some more characters, you know, because they do kind of keep reusing certain characters, as you're going to see here in a few seconds. But I'm glad that we're getting some new characters. I've been hearing some rumblings, perhaps some rumors that there might be some more on the way. Of course, can't confirm or deny any of that, but there are some rumors that there might be some more Sonic characters coming in pop form, probably next year. But this one's really cool. I love this one. Yeah, so far we got some really cool characters here. But this next one has a really cool story, or at least for me. This is another 2-pack, another GameStop exclusive 2-pack. I know I just talked about reusing characters, so I'm going to sound a little hypocritical here, but this one is one that I was incredibly excited for when I first heard about it. And this is, of course, the GameStop exclusive Shadow and Super Shadow 2-pack. Now, the reason this one is so cool, Super Shadow, this is technically his second Funko Pop. He's been here before. Of course, Shadow's on like pop number 7 or 8 by now. But Super Shadow actually did have a pop before. It was available exclusively at the E3 convention in 2018. You could not get it anywhere else except for E3. So this is the first time he's been available to a broader audience, I guess, in this 2-pack. But I actually own that original E3 2018 pop. Summer got it for me a couple years ago. It's still, it's still in the box and everything. And that to me is one of my all-time favorites, one of my grails, I guess what they call it, because that pop is incredibly rare and hard to come by. Although the value has kind of tanked significantly since there's now another Super Shadow pop, but I think it's cool that we finally get to review a Super Shadow on the channel. Truthfully, didn't think there would ever be another one, in all honesty. Alright, so we will, of course, start with Shadow. Again, this is this Shadow's first time on the channel? Because, I mean, they made a bunch of Shadow Pops, but that was back in, like, 2017. That was actually, this might be Shadow's... Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. He was just in the TargetCon video back in June, so never mind. We have seen him fairly recently, but I do like this pose a lot better than the one that we just had in the TargetCon one. Of course, the biggest difference with this one is he is not flocked, but according to the box, one of these glows in the dark, or maybe both of them. I'm assuming Super Shadow does for sure. Shadow might as well. I'm not 100% sure about that. But this one's really cool. I love the pose that they have him in. Kind of reminds me of the Sonic Adventure 2 intro, where he makes a very similar pose to this when he and Sonic cross paths in the intro. But this one's a really cool one. Again, they've done Shadow so many times, so it's kind of hard for them to screw him up at this point. They got everything there, even got the white tufts of fur on his chest, the shoes. They got the little red streaks in his fur. Everything's perfect. I just love when they make these Sonic Pops. I'm a sucker for them. I'd buy 20 Shadows. I just love collecting these. But there is Shadow. Really cool figure. But he is not the main attraction because I am very excited to take a look at this next one, which is, of course, Super Shadow. So we've had Super Sonic. Back in 2020, we had Super Tails and Super Silver. Now we finally have Super Shadow here on the channel, and this one looks incredible. So again, it does, of course, they can use the same mold for Shadow, but at least they gave him a different pose, so it's not a completely new mold. The head probably is, but everything else is different. Again, instead of the black and red colors that Shadow typically has, this one is, of course, yellow and red, since all the super forms tend to be that way. And it looks really, really cool. It blends really well. I love the colors on this one. The shoes and everything else is pretty much the same, and he has his gold bands and everything around his hands. But overall, this is a fantastic figure. Honestly, if I do say so myself, this one definitely is a bit more, it's more detailed and it has more effort than the E3 Super Shadow, because the E3 Super Shadow was just a repaint. It was literally just a repaint of the original Shadow Pop. So this one at least has a lot more effort because they got him in a different pose, more vibrant colors and stuff like that. And it's also not as hard to find. You probably could walk into a GameStop right now and find this 2-pack alongside the Knuckles and Rouge 2-pack. So I definitely would recommend picking this one up, especially if you missed the original Super Shadow. The textures are a little weird on this one. Again, it could just be my pop, but I am feeling like back here it feels kind of strange, but that might just be me. That may have nothing to do with the actual pop, but let me know if your Super Shadow pops have weird textures as well. That's not all, though. Like I've been talking a lot. We have one more pop today, one that I think is probably one of the most unique ideas in any Funko Pop line. I think this one's really, really cool because it took me by so much surprise when I saw they were making this. And I'm like, it's genius. It's a genius idea, and I'm so surprised that they hadn't thought of this before. But this one is actually Classic Sonic again. They have made a couple Classic Sonic Pops. This is yet another one. This is Ring Scatter Sonic. This was a PX Previews exclusive. This is pop number 918, so it actually came before that Super Sonic from earlier. The PX Previews stickers, which I always love. I think those are one of the better exclusive stickers. And yeah, as the name would imply, this is, of course, Sonic after he has been hit by a spike or an enemy, and the rings scatter everywhere. So what a cool idea. Also, this one has the 8-bit Green Hill Zone in the background, and that everything just looks really cool. I want to see what this one looks like outside the box. I don't even know what to expect. I think this is going to be awesome. All right, here we go. Okay. Wow. This one is truly amazing. Gotta be one of my all-time favorite Sonic Pops. So for one, we have, of course, Classic Sonic here as the centerpiece of the pop. He's jumping in the air like he had been hit. They really nailed that pose down. We do have the rings spilling out of him right here. There's 6 rings in total. They're all kind of stuck together, but I don't know how else it would have really worked otherwise. I love that. And he does have a base, which in this case is a piece of the 8-bit Green Hill Zone. That is insane. I love that they did that. That has got to be... this. Oh man, this is such a cool pop. I love this. Of course, it is Sonic. I don't have to talk much about that. Y'all know what he looks like, and they nailed it down because they've made plenty of Sonic Pops in the past. But this one just looks so freaking cool. I love the rings, the details on the Green Hill Zone. It's even textured and everything. This is a perfect pop, truthfully. Y'all already know I'm giving this one 10 out of 10. It's amazing. It's perfect. I might even find a spot to put this one. This is like one of my all-time favorites now. This is such a cool Funko Pop, such a cool idea, and I'm really glad that they went with this one because it is really, really cool. So there is Ring Scatter Sonic. Let's go ahead and do our ratings. Well, I mean, I did just give him 10 out of 10 for obvious reasons. I just named everything. Everything else, I don't know. I feel like Super Sonic, again, I guess I've already reviewed him before, so it's kind of a bland one. I'm going to give that one a 7 out of 10 in all honesty. I know, but it was, out of all of these, it really just didn't have that much going for it. I think Knuckles Rouge and Normal Shadow are going to get 8 out of 10s, and Super Shadow will get, well, actually that Rouge is pretty good. I think Rouge and Super Shadow will get 9 out of 10, Knuckles and Normal Shadow will get 8 out of 10s. They are characters you've already seen before, so, you know, there's no harm, no foul in those ones. But Rouge and Super Shadow are completely new molds, new characters. They really nailed those down, and I think that, personally, they are also going to be some of my favorite Sonic Pops for a while. until we see some of these other ones that are coming out, because I have a feeling that might change. But yeah, let me know down below, guys, which of these exclusive Sonic the Hedgehog pops were your favorite. We'll go through them again one more time. We did, of course, have the AAA Anime Super Sonic. We had the GameStop exclusive 2-pack of Knuckles and Rouge. We had the GameStop exclusive 2-pack of Shadow and Super Shadow. And then, of course, we had the PX Previews exclusive Ring Scatter Sonic. So definitely let me know down below which was your favorite. I'd love to hear from you guys. Next week, we are going to have a pretty cool video, a little hint up there. And believe it or not, I actually can confirm Summer will be joining me for next week's episode of Jared Opens a Box. I know it's been a while since she's been on here, but she will be joining me for next week. I mean, it is kind of her video, so, you know. But she will be here next week, guys. We'll be taking a look at some new pops back there. But that's going to do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.